Right here I have all 445 monsters from Pathfinder 2e's Monster Core. I'm going to spin the wheel twice, get those two monsters, have them fight each other, see who wins, take them to the next round, and keep going until we're left with one champion. That was me at the start of filming a video that I thought would go really well. Did you hear my voice? So full of hope, so naive. By pure chance, I definitely had a few interesting, even matchups, but most of them were just complete steamrolls of lower level creatures. Hours of my life I'll never get back. But it made for this amusing intro. Now let's do this the right way. Into random wheels, I've organized each of the monsters from the Monster Core, and I'll have them fight each other so we can determine who's the champion of each level. Thanks to this devilishly handsome avocado for your suggestion. Send the ravens, light the beacons. We're looking for a champion. For our map, we have this fantastic arena, and this lovely water arena. This artist is fantastic, I highly recommend you check him out. We got a lot of monsters to get through, so let's begin with level -1. First combatant, Halfling Street Watcher, and their challenger, a Crawling Hand. We're having them start horizontally so that the first initial moves become a bit more important. Let's roll initiative. First up, Crawling Hand, using all of its actions to just crawl at its opponent. That's its turn. The Halfling Street Watcher is going to use its loaded sling to take a ranged attack. That's a hit. Critical hit, actually. For 14 damage, Crawling Hand dead. Halfling Street Watcher moves on. Let's see who's challenging our Halfling in this bracket. A Viper. Up first is our Halfling. He's going to use 2 actions to move with his little stubby legs, and then perfect 80-foot range for his sling. That's a miss. Just by 2. Viper's up. All 3 actions to move in range. Halfling's going to use 1 action to reload its sling, another action to send it flying. That's a hit. 4 damage. And he'll use his last action to step away to keep skirmishing. Viper manages to catch up with 1 action left. Going to use its fangs. Hit. Just 1 damage. Viper Venom goes off. Halfling fails. He just failed by 1, unfortunate. But because he did, he takes 3 damage. Ooh, the poison could turn the tide here. But it's now the Halfling's turn. He's going to attack with his trusty frying pan. Hits. Critical hit. 7 damage. Halfling moves on. Can anybody defeat the Halfling? The power's going to his head. Oh yeah. The Tooth Fairy could. Tooth Fairy goes first with 23. Tooth Fairy's going to fly closer and up. Able to fly 10 feet straight up. Flying straight up is considered difficult terrain. So even with 25 fly speed, it can only go 2 squares up. Halfling's turn. Tooth Fairy's just out of range. Gonna use 1 action to move up and take that sling attack. That's a miss. Gonna use last action to reload. Tooth Fairy's able to get just overhead, but he needs to be directly on the space because it's such a tiny creature. So boom, and that's all its actions. Halfling's gonna try to swat it. Frying pan. That's a hit. Only 1 damage. Low roll. Taking a good step away and sending a sling with its reloaded staff. 6 damage. Nice. Tooth Fairy hurt. Tooth Fairy uses just 1 action this time to get right up on there, and it's going to go for that tooth with its pliers. Misses by 1. Unfortunate. 1 more time. Miss by 3. Oh, Halfling misses with his frying pan. Misses again. Misses again. Critical miss. They can't hit each other. Time for that tooth. Pliers. Misses. Miss. I guess this is the level -1 bracket. And misses. How fitting. Halfling misses, is going to step away and use his last action to reload. Tooth Fairy uses 1 action to move. Hits with the pliers on the 2nd action. That's 4 damage. That's big. Going for more pliers on the 3rd action. That's a hit. Tooth Fairy moves on. Just barely too. Look at that health. Who will challenge the Tooth Fairy? Is it a giant rat? No, it's a skeleton guard. With initiative, Skeleton Guard goes first. 1 action, move up. Not in range of the short bow. Going to do another action. Gonna still try to go with the range increment. That's a hit. 5 damage to the Tooth Fairy. Tooth Fairy has to use all its actions to get close. Yeah, I mean, that bow gives the skeleton such a advantage. Tooth Fairy in range. Scimitar coming down. That misses. How about Claw? That hits. 3 damage. Skeleton Warrior moves on. Skeleton Guard. Sorry. Giant Rat. Sprite. Whoa, look at that light. Sprite goes first on initiative. It's gonna fly over here and go 40 feet in the air with its other 2 actions. Skeleton Guard's gonna lumber forward with 2 actions. Take that short bow shot, miss. The sprite will go close as we can, but so bright. And descend 20 feet. Oh, just out of range for the luminous spark. Use one action to just hover right over. Skeleton guard can't do much besides attack with the short bow. Miss. Miss. And critical miss. The sprite will send a spark of fire. Miss. Miss. And critical miss. Level -1, baby. More shots going. All miss from skeleton. Sprite hits. 3 damage. Skeleton guard takes none. It's resistant. That's right. Well, when they realize that, they're going to descend and attack with their rapier for their last action. That's a miss. Now we're in melee sword combat. Scimitar versus sprite rapier. Scimitar hits. 3 damage. That was quite a bit. Claw. Oh, might miss by 1. Claw, critical miss. I think the sprite would be smart enough to know not to use daze and such spells against a undead skeleton. So on guard it is. Hit. For no damage. It might be hopeless, but in fact, we have one last trick up our sleeve. Dizzying colors. Let's cast it, and it just succeeds. Exactly what it needed. It's dazzled, which is that, can it even be dazzled? Yes, it can, I think. It's not a mental spell or anything. Can the skeleton hit if all creatures are now concealed from him? First attack, flat check, success. Goes through. Scimitar misses though. Second attack, flat check, yes. Misses. Flat check, yes. Misses. Well, that's all we got. If the rapier can't do any damage, yeah. Oh! Critical hit on the rapier with the second hit, 15 damage. Oh! The sprite moves on. That was crazy. What did it roll? Natural 20. That just saved the sprite entirely. Who will challenge the sprite of fire and sword? A zombie shambler. Zombie goes first, just by 1. It's in the name. He shambles. Look at his haircut. That's sick. Ah, my mistake. Yes, he's always slowed. Get back there. 2 actions for you. Sprite will fly a little closer, fly 20 feet in the air, and fly right overhead ready for next round. Zombie Shambler, I don't know if they can do anything. They have 0 range. They'll just ready in action, I guess. Luminous Spark. Oh, gotta go down 1. There we go. 1 action, go down a little bit. Luminous Spark, that hits. 3 damage. Oh, it's a little chunky HP. Luminous Spark again, that misses. I mean, I think we can call this one. The zombie can do literally nothing, right? Yeah. All right. Sprite moves on. Let's see who's next. I have a feeling the sprite could take the whole round if we don't find a worthy challenger, like the giant rat. Now that's what I'm talking about. Initiative, giant rat goes first. Actions move all the way up. Realize the giant rat can do literally nothing because the sprite's 20 feet in the air. Luminous Spark, 8 damage. Sprite moves on. Kobold Warrior. Kobold Warrior has a sling. This could be an even matchup. Kobold goes first. 2 actions move up. 1 action sling. Critical miss. Sprite moved up and is now going to cast Daze. So that's a will save. Failure by 1. 4 damage to the Kobold Warrior. Kobold charges up. Spear attack. Miss. Rapier attack. Miss by 1. Sprite's going to cast Dizzying Colors. That's a fail for the Kobold. He is stunned and blinded for 1 round. On guard. Rapier strike. That's a critical hit. 14 damage. Goodbye, Kobold. The sprite is dominating this level -1 bracket. A Flash Beetle. I'm doing this because I think it's a lot of fun. It's interesting for us Pathfinder fans. And it helps me become a better DM by getting to know the monsters better. It's so hard to play with them all throughout like actual campaigns. Oh, they're both shining light. Beautiful. Sprite goes first. We'll take 1 action and ready their ranged attack. Beetle's going to charge forward with all actions. The readied action doesn't go off. Now if in the range of the attack, 20 feet. Get a little closer. Cast Dizzying Colors. Perfect, just like that. Flash Beetle fails on the save by 1. Stunned and blinded for 1 round. So many effects. The light is blinding my retinas. Gonna charge forward and use Light Flash. Makes the save. Rapier hits. Only 1 damage. 2 actions to cast Daze. Flash Beetle fails. 4 damage. It's dazzled. First attack. Flat check. Okay, succeeds. That can go through. But it misses. Second, flat check goes through. Third will not. Misses everything. Sprite misses the rapier. Hits with the second one. And there we go. Can anybody stop this sprite? A giant centipede. This should be no problem for the sprite. who actually has flight and ranged, unlike the centipede. Centipede doesn't even have burrow, only climb speed. Yep, just wait there to die. 1 damage. We'll just whittle you down. 4 damage, 2 damage, 1 damage, and dead. And a guard dog. No, he's so cute. No, don't make me kill him, please. He goes first. The sprite does not feel like a level -1 creature. It's so powerful. It has spells, it has ranged, it has flight. There's just nothing we can do. This might be our champion. 6 damage. We move on. An animated broom. Animated broom does not have flight, not a flying broom. We know what that means. Just cheesing it till it dies, becomes a broom again. A non-animated broom. Takes no damage with those. Critical hit. There we go. Do we already have our -1 champion? Or will someone rise to the challenge? An eagle! Now this is what I was looking for. 60-foot fly speed. There's hope again. Fear not, friends. I double-checked the rules for fly. Yes, I caught that you do need to use an action to hover. I'm so sorry I missed that. However, I don't think it would have changed anything. Sprite goes first. Right, we'll use 1 action to move forward, and then use 2 actions to ready a fire blast. Eagle will use 1 action to fly forward and fly into the air a little bit, setting up for a 2-action eagle dive. It flies double its speed and descends at least 10 feet. Right down here, and then makes a talent strike. Critical hit, 6 damage. The reigning champion has 1 HP left. Is our new champion this dapper eagle? Oh, of course, before that, the luminous spark would have gone off. Or not, that's a miss. The sprite still has tricks up their sleeve. Dizzying colors. Eagle fails. Stunned 1 and blinded 1. The sprite's then going to do a rapier attack, but misses, unfortunately. Eagle's turn, with only 2 actions. I think a beast like this would make an attack with its beak that flat check, because he's blinded to hit. Nope. So his beak is a whiff, regardless of what it says. And then I think he would fly away and retreat while waiting for his blindness to subside somehow. But the sprite still has ranged with that 60-foot daze spell. Eagle makes it. Taking half damage, 2 damage. She's gonna fly away now that she saw the eagle has its vision back. Eagle's gonna fly forward and 10 feet in the air, then do eagle dive. Will this do it? Talent strike. Critical hit! The sprite is defeated! The eagle is our current champion. But will he last through the next round? Did the compsognathus, that's how you say that, defeat the eagle? Let's see. It's so tiny. Eagle goes first. Using 1 action to fly forward and as high as he can. Is he in range for an eagle dive? Yes, he is. 120 feet. Talent strike hit, 1 damage. Just a scratch for the little dino. Dino has a reach of 0 feet, has to move forward. Hits though for 5 damage. Oh my god, my eagle boy. Eagle has to succeed on a fortitude save, makes it, okay. And missed just by 1 on the jaws for the next attack. Hurt, Eagle's gonna strike with the beak. Just missed, but that's okay. We'll fly all the way back over here and line up another dive bomb. Actually moved really far for being so tiny. Actually, the eagle's going to fly forward, make a beak attack, misses, and fly off. The dino's actually going to end turn here and wait with its jaws for the eagle to swoop back in. Eagle flies in, ready to action, jaws go off, hit, 2 damage. Our tiny dinosaur, current reigning champion. Can anyone challenge the tiny dino? The goblin warrior. No flashbacks. Goblin goes first. I'm rooting for the Dino Warrior. I want the Dino to win this whole bracket. Goblin's gonna scuttle up. Short bow attack, critical miss. Dino's gonna charge forward, seeing projectiles coming at it. It's got no choice. Let's see the Dino. It's so tiny. There we go. Goblin's gonna try to wail on it. Miss. Hit. Dino takes 3 damage. And critical miss. Dino jaws. Miss. Miss by 1. Critical miss. By 1, that attack missed. That's so unfortunate. We just got jaws and blades going out here. Miss. Hits with the dog slicer. Hit. 6 damage. No, no, no. Why, gods? Why, gods? Oh my god. I can't have the Dino Slayer be the champion. Please, someone defeat the goblin. Sprigjack. I love these guys. Sprigjack goes first, charging forward. It's out of its element, unfortunately. No brambles for it to teleport to if it's bramble jump action. Goblin's going to charge forward into short bow range. Hits. Oh, hits. No, he can't keep getting away with it. And last but not least, the Mitflit. I also love these guys. Look at that passive. Isn't that relatable? Please, Mitflit, do us proud. Do the dino proud. The Mitflit's pretty timid. I think he'll just use one action to go up there and use its other two actions to ready an attack in case it needs to defend itself. The Goblin is not so timid. Two actions go forward. Short bow, that's hit, 1 damage. Mitflit's turn, and his Vengeful Anger is activated, gaining damage bonus because the Goblin damaged him. Now it's no longer shy, getting right up in there. But that's its turn. Time to spar. Who will be champion of the level -1 bracket? 1 damage from the Dog Slicer. 4 damage from the Dog Slicer. Come on, Mitflit. Come on, Mitflit. Hit! Just 2 damage, though. To survive, he's going to have to cast Bane. The Goblin Warrior fails. You are baned. Miss first attack with Dog Slicer. Miss second attack with Dog Slicer. Miss third attack. The Mitflit. Could we do it? Short sword hits. 6 damage. Critical with Vengeful Anger. The Mitflit. Yes. Yes. That's so fitting. Perf. That's so cute. You did it. It's okay. You're safe. And you're champion. Behold, viewers. The champion. The strongest monster of level -1. Victory! Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more battles, subscribe, and feel free to leave any suggestions down below. Take care.